Om yo Brahmanam vidadhati purvam yo vai vedansha prahinoti tasmai tamha devamatma buddhi prakasham mumukshurvai sharanamaham prapadye. Om Shant Shant Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Katribhyo Vamshirshibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya Sarvopaplavarahitaha Prajnanakanaha Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi. Vedantartha vibhasakaya gurave Shantaya sannyasine Nanavadi nageta Sanghapavaye Yogindra Vandyaya cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavatpada Vidham Vibrate Tasmai Bhashyakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane. Vakyarthashcha vicharyatam Shrutishirah Pakshasamaashriyatam Dustarkat suviramyatam Shrutimatastarko nusandhiyatam Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam Harahar Garva parityajyatam Deham matiruchyatam Buddhajani Vadav parityajyatam. Now, in order for knowledge to take place, why knowledge? Because Jnanadevatu Kaivalyam. In knowing Brahman, moksha takes place. And since the seeker is the one who is seeking this fourth Purushartha, he is not a person who is seeking Artha, Kama or Dharma. Because Dharma ensures Swargadi Lok and a better life hereafter. That is what Dharma will give. And that is what, because people want their future, not only the immediate future, but even very remote future also, to be pleasant, to be good, and therefore one resorts to righteous sets of action. So Dharma, he is not a person who is seeking Dharma, Artha or Kam in different words. Now the seeker is not someone who even in his dream is also wanting to have Putra Vitta or Loka. So since there is no desire for Putra Vitta or Loka, Loka means this world as well as some celestial world of some gods, etc. That is also not sought, because everywhere it is how? All Dukkha Sampraktam. Though there is Sukham, but that Sukham is Dukkha Sampraktam, which means it is polluted, contaminated with Dukkham. And anything that has got Dukkham, such Sukham, is not Sukham. Why? It is Dukkham only, like Visha Sampraktam Annam. What is the Drishtanta there? Visha Sampraktam Annam, like the poisoned food. Poisoned food is not food, it is poison only. Like that, Dukkha Sampraktam Sukham is not Sukham. People keep on imagining Sukham in Vitta, Putra Vitta Loka, etc. But it is, so now he says that total Dukkhasya Pariharaha Aham Ichchami. What do I desire? I want an end of this misery. And the absolute annihilation of misery is called as moksha. So now from this definition of moksha, what all things are eliminated? Any gains of this world, or even going to any other celestial world to enjoy the company of those gods and their various sports. That is also eliminated because that is also dukkha sampriktam. Even avatar samakala dukkha is there or not. Though that dukkha, hey, Dashratha, look at Dashratha, he himself, what do you want anything else? So Dashratha is not an ordinary person. Dashratha is somebody in whom Paramatma takes an incarnation as his own son. So don't compare, just think that Dashratha is any ordinary mortal like anybody of us. Just some president of some country or anything. Dashratha is what? Dashratha is what? He is such, the Punya Bala is so much that he is able to be the father of Rama. And then when this happens, Rama, when he has to leave because of Dashratha's promise given to Kaikeyi, etc., and all those incidences, Dashratha dies of dukkham, which is even unthinkable for people. Such intense misery, such intense sorrow that it kills him. So now dukkham does not leave even if you are going to be avatara samakala. He doesn't go. So now this seeker says that I do not want anything of this. I do not want putra. Obviously, putra, everybody knows the dukkham of progeny. No, there is a joy of becoming a father. And then after what? Then, so putra, vitta and lok, all these things are not desired. Then what do you want and how in knowing Brahman? Hey, in order to know Brahman, then in order to know anything, you require a pramana, an appropriate pramana. So that pramana is Upanishad Pramanam, and he has acquired that Upanishad Pramanam from the teacher. So now that has also happened. Shravanam has taken place. Now, what is the right thing about Shravanam is that because he already, since his childhood, he already had gone to the teacher and then he had recited the Vedas. Now that Vedas is also what he has, it is Kanta. So some artha, some meaning that he is also able to know. And so he remembers, that Upanishad has said, he who knows Brahman becomes free. Brahmavid apnoti param. Veda already has said, because that Upanishad is a part of the Veda which he has already learned, not only listened, he has learned, because that happens to be the Upanishad of his own branch of Veda, which is supposed to by heart. And it should come spontaneously, even if he is woken up from the sleep at night. The whole Veda should come up effortlessly. Not that, what is the next line? No, it just comes like that. So much. And then some artha is also there. So now this person is somebody who has at least some superficial meaning of the Upanishad is already there with him. So he is able to understand that Well, Upanishad said, he who knows Brahman, Brahmavit. Brahmavit means the knower of Brahman attains highest, supreme. There is nothing more to be attained up thereafter. There is nothing left. So that is highest, that is the end of misery. And that is the attainment of absolute Sukham also, because after which there is nothing more to be asked for. There is no more demand left behind. So now this is what I want. And who attains it? Brahmavid. So therefore, I want to know Brahman. What is this Brahma Vastu? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, etc. is there. And then this Atma is Brahman is also said by the Upanishad. Is that what is finally the real conclusion of the Upanishads or not? Is that the Tatparyam? Is that what is really meant or something else is meant? Because when a person speaks, like when you meet someone and you say, oh, such a gorgeous dress. What does that the other person means is that you look like a clown. Because something may be said, but what is meant is really different. So what exactly is meant by the Upanishad? So there is a samshaya. Is this what is meant or something else is meant? So there is a samshaya bhavana. In order to remove the samshaya bhavana about the pramanan, now Shravanam is done. In order to remove the samshaya bhavana. Samshaya means a doubt. In order to remove the doubt about the praman, Shravanam is there. Okay. So what is the purpose of Shravanam? To resolve the samshaya bhavana. Now you have heard, and then finally there is that very clean conclusion. Yes, this is what is meant by the Upanishad, nothing else. Atma is Jiva, Atma is Shunya, Atma, I am Deha, I am Stri, Purusha, etc. All this is not what is the meaning of word I. What is the meaning of word I? Brahmavastu Brahma. That is what is the meaning of I. That which is imperishable. That what is infinite, Anantam. Not just it is limitless in time and limitless in space. That is not what is the meaning, because time and space are the conditions which will put a limit. Where even the time and space is also mithya, because it is drishyam. that consciousness I am, and therefore that what is anantam, that what is limitless is sukham, and that is what I am. Okay, that is what I am. So that is what is the conclusion of the Upanishad. So no samshaya about the pramana is any more than pramana means of knowledge. Okay, pramana does not mean evidence, prama or proof. Pramana means the tool through which the knowledge takes place. Shabda is the pramanam, Veda is the pramanam. It is not an evidence, proof. What proof? Proof means that you know something already, and then in order for it to be proved to somebody else, you require a proof or an evidence to support that knowledge. It is not to support the knowledge, it is in order for knowledge to take place. For support of knowledge, if you are going to employ the pramanam, then that will be called as sahakari pramanam. It will only strengthen, for which then we can have inference, etc. For which Shruti is an independent pramana, like the eyes are in pramana, independent pramana for the ruparanga, for the colors and forms, independent. Eyes are not proof of colors and form. Eyes are pramana, means only. So now he has no doubt about it. And so the samshaya bhavana regarding the pramana is all resolved. Atma is Brahman, that is what he has concluded. Through Shravana. Okay. So what is the technical definition of Shravanam? Is Tatparya Nishchayaha. What is the technical definition of Shravanam? Shravanam does not mean that it is only listening to Upanishad. कान पवित्र करना कर्ण शष्कुली में थोड़ा सा आवा गया वो वाला. It is not that. It means that तात्पर्य निश्चयः निर्णयः is called as Shravana. Then the person still has got doubts. Well, though the Upanishad says or Upanishad shows that Atma is Brahman, yet there is some logical discrepancy. How can this Atma be Brahman? How can this Atma be Brahman? Because Brahma means that which is infinite, limitless, Shuddha Vastu. But this I am Ashuddha because I am Vishishta with Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva. I am defined through the Kartrutvam, that I am a Karta, I am a Bhokta, and by the virtue that I am a Karta, I have some Punya and some Papa. So there is already, how can I be Shuddha? How can I be Shuddha? How can this I be limitless? So he has certain doubts. And those, resolving those doubts, doubt over here would mean a logical discrepancy. A logical discrepancy will be removed through what? By Shraddha. Don't have doubts, just have faith. Can logical discrepancy, all over all theologies are screaming you have doubts because you don't have faith. And we are saying that is not true. Faith over here is not your solution for doubt. Faith, belief is not a solution for your doubt over here. With faith, at the most, you can suppress the doubt. At the most, you can suppress the doubt. But suppression of it does not mean that it is removed. It just means that you have gagged its mouth. Nothing more. So you are not allowing it to surface. Somehow you just kept it. But that is not what it is. A logical discrepancy will be resolved when you employ the process of logic. Upapatti Purvakam. So now for that Upapatti, in order to remove that logical discrepancy, a logical derivation has to be there. And for which inference, etc., is going to be helpful. So such vichara is done. Vakyarthashta vicharyatam. Okay. That Tattvamasi Vakya is said, in which the Abheda Aikyam is shown over there. That Vakyam has to be now thought about. Okay. Then finally, so now Pramanagata Samshaya is removed through Shravana. Prameyagata. What is to be known Brahman? Aikyam. Can Aikyam be there? Can it not be there? This can be the doubt. So that is Prameya, the object of knowledge. What do you want to know? Aikyam or Abheda. Okay. That is removed through what? Through Manana now. This is called as contemplation. This is called as contemplation. Is not just, you just turn your eyes upwards and sit or do something. That is not. Or repetition of something is called a japa. It cannot be mananam. Okay. So now through manana, this logical discrepancy is resolved. Second, so samshaya bhavana is removed through shravanam. Asambhavana is removed through mananam. It is impossible, though the Upanishads have strongly concluded that Atma is Brahman, yet it cannot be Atma. That means I cannot be Brahman. I cannot be Brahman is not the conclusion. It is a doubt. It is a, everywhere these people are going to scream, no, no, this is Mayavadi, and Atma is not Brahman, Atma is Jiva, and this Jiva then has to go to some heavenly abode, etc. All these things are okay. There's nothing great said. In whichever case, even before you heard all these things, you were regarding yourself as a Jiva. Even now you are regarding yourself as a Jiva. What great difference is that? Even before that, you said that I am limited, I am small, I am dukhi, I am miserable, and now you are saying I am miserable in another way. That's all. So the Jivatva was what you always considered yourself to be, even before you heard this teacher. And then after that, now the teacher confirms you are a Jiva only. What knowledge is that? What knowledge is that? Knowledge means it has to reveal something which was unknown to you before, then it becomes knowledge. You already had concluded that you are a Jiva, you are a small little entity, and then after you still are saying that I am still a Jiva wanting to go to heaven or wherever, then how can it be ever called as knowledge? It is just polishing. Earlier you said I am a Jiva going to Swarga Naraka. Now what? You are a Jiva going to some special abode of some god. A little polish. What else is there? It was like saying that earlier when I did not have much money, I used to go into the small street side restaurants. Now that I have more money, I go into 5-star restaurants. So you still remain the same thing, who is hungry, thirsty, and wanting food. Big deal. I'm sure any mama mommy goes even to 5-star, they will ask for idli dosa. Now what? Hey, so this is not knowledge, it is ignorance in continuation. What is their conclusion? Atma is not Brahman. Hey Baba, we are saying Atma is not Brahman, is a samshaya. What is it? Hey, it is a doubt. Doubt is not regarded as knowledge. Doubt means absence of knowledge only. Doubt means absence of knowledge. Is this snake or is this rope? This is knowledge or is it a doubt? Koti dvayavagahi jnanam is called as a doubt. That cognition which goes into these two categories, is and is not, maybe and maybe not, is called as a doubt. Atma is not Brahman. Now this is what? Why do you have to say Atma is not Brahman? Because the Shruti already had said Atma is Brahman. So now against which you are saying Atma is not. So there are now these two categories available, and therefore it is a doubt. This is a doubt. That asambhavana, so it is, and it looks like impossibility. How can Atma be Brahman? How can this I be Brahman? This is an impossibility. This looks like what? Impossibility. Can't be Brahman. and therefore this is asambhavana. This asambhavana is resolved through mananam. So logically now you are able to prove this aikyam is possible, abheda is possible, and therefore that what is I is purnavastu, anantavastu. This is manana. Now, in spite of having done the mananam also, because of the purva samskaras, they are so deeply rooted in the mind that one will be forced to say, I am still karta bhokta jiva. Atma is Brahman. I know Shruti has said that, so there is no doubt about it. Then asambhavana is also not there. Impossibility is also not there, because logically also now you can prove to yourself that yes, it is Atma is Brahman only. And in spite of that, because of the Purva Samskaras, again, what arises is now the Pramanagata Samshaya is removed, Prameyagata Samshaya is removed, and what is the third factor? Pramata. Over here, in knowledge, there are these three things. Pramata means the one who knows. Pramata is not somebody like Santoshi Mata, okay? Pramata means the knower. Prameya means the object which is known. And Pramanam means the means through which the Pramata will know the Prameya. You are the knower. Colors and forms are something that is known, and the eyes are your Pramana, the equipment, the means. So I employ the eyes in order to know the colors and forms. When the eyes are employed, the knowledge of colors and forms takes place. So these are the three components: Pramata, Pramana, and Prameya. So how have we gone? Pramanagata samshaya is removed through Shravanam. Prameyagata samshaya is removed through Mananam. Now what remains? Pramata. Now this Pramata still claims I am Pramata, I am the experiencer, etc. This is removed through Nididhyasanam, which is meditation. And therefore now there is a place for that chitta aikagryata. Okay, there is that thing. Through this, it will be resolved. So now the Brahmakara Vritti which arises, because what will this Nididhyasanam do is it will create a counter samskara. Okay, now look at this. When you want to neutralize the acid, what do you do? So you keep adding the alkaline to the point, and then see it with your pH test. That keep on adding till it is seen neutral. What have you done? How have you removed the acidic value? How have you neutralized the acidic value? By just adding something that is alkali. So the samskara of acid are then overpowered by the alkaline samskaras, and this is neutralized. Like that, the samskara that I am a jiva, karta, bhokta, daridra, all these things are, this is then neutralized through the samskara that I am Brahman, for which now there is this process of meditation. So Prameyagata samshaya is removed through Mananam, and Pramatrigata samshaya is removed through nididhyasana. Thus, what arises that there is this Brahmakara vritti, Aham Brahmaiti vritti, which is free from samshaya and viparya. It is free from every form of doubt and contradiction. Viparya. So when the knowledge is free from samshaya and viparya, that knowledge is capable of destroying ignorance. When does knowledge have the capacity to destroy ignorance? Knowledge basically over here we mean vritti, the cognition. When does that cognition have the capacity to remove the ignorance? When that vritti is free from any doubt and contradiction, it has the capacity to remove the ignorance. Now, for example, let us take this. Which snake and the rope only? In the case of snake and rope, earlier you saw the snake having entered the room, then you were petrified. Then your father came and said, no, 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 it is not a snake. I have only kept the rope over there. Then you ask him a question, why have you kept the rope like that? In order for me to have a heart attack. Huh? Then, so the father says, no, 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 I did not keep it for you. I had kept it for your mother. So that they, whatever. Now you have the knowledge that it is a rope. There is a cognition that it is a rope. Though you have the cognition because you trust your father and you say, yes, yes, this is a rope, but that knowledge is still with doubt and with viparya. It is a rope, this knowledge is still infested with some doubt and viparya. So now when the lights are switched on, your eyes are able to heat the object. And the cognition now also, what is the cognition? It is a rope. Earlier also, what was the cognition? But it is a rope also had this, it may not be a rope. Cognition was there, but it was infested with, it had its counterpart. Therefore, that it had doubt. And therefore, that knowledge which is with doubt and viparya cannot destroy ignorance. Now, it is a rope. So the ignorance about the rope, now after switching the lights on, and the whole prakriya has taken place of eyes being able to meet the object. Now, through that, the cognition that has taken place has done what? How is this cognition? Free from doubt and contradiction. Samshaya viparya rahita. It is without any samshaya and viparya. So thus, when the knowledge is no longer obstructed by the samshaya viparya, that knowledge can destroy ignorance and the products of ignorance. What is the ignorance? Not knowing the rope was ignorance. And what had this ignorance created? The snake. And its consequence, your fear, etc. Trembling, everything. Okay. So you have trembled, you have fallen down, you have hurt yourself, all those things may be there. But and that snake is the what? Creation of ignorance. Did you create it? Did God create it? Did your father create it? Who created that snake? Or the father and mother of that snake has created that snake? Does that snake have a father and mother? Where the mother snake laid the egg and then later on that snake came and sat over there to scare you? No, that snake has no other cause other than ignorance. उसका कोई माँ बाप नहीं है other than avidya. So the cause is avidya, ignorance, from which its consequence the snake has come, and with ignorance, the product of ignorance, consequence of ignorance also has gone away. But through which knowledge? Knowledge which is free from samshaya and viparya. So also this knowledge that I am Brahman, when this vritti is free from samshaya and viparya, it becomes capable of destroying that avidya, and thus with avidya nasha, what is there? Moksha is again. And therefore, what does nididhyasanam do? Nididhyasanam means creating the samskara, which that Atma is Brahman, Aham Brahman. This samskara is done. Not so that you can become Brahman. You cannot become Brahman. Why? Because you already are. Then what is the problem? Hey, now this samskara, which is there, aham jiva, that is troublesome. In order to neutralize it, in order to make it ineffective. Neutralize means that it is ineffective. Okay, gone. And therefore now the vritti which arises, now that vritti, now that cognition which is aham brahma, this vritti is free from samshaya and viparya, destroys the ignorance. This is what, therefore, the Upanishad says, Shrota Atma Vare Kashtavyaha, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. This is how the Vedas say. What is there to be done about this Atma? Kashtavyaha is to be seen. How seen? Shrotavyaha. Shrotavyaha. Shrotavyaha for what? Pramanagat samshaya nivrityartham. Shrotavyaha. Mantavyaha for what? Prameyagat samshaya nivrityartham. Nididhyasitavyaha for what? Pramatrigata samshaya nivrityartham. That pramatrigata samshaya itself is viparyaya. Pramatrigata samshaya itself is viparyaya. Now the vritti which comes, it destroys the ignorance, and therefore this is how we say is the scheme of generating knowledge. It is. So there is no jadoo about it, no mysticism over here. All that is there is Shravana Manana and Nididhyasana. In order for one to be prepared for Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, one needs to have what? Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatak Sampatti, and Mokshatva. In order to have this, what is there? Karma and Upasana. Nishkama Karma and Nishkama Upasana. So now this is the place where that Nishkama Karma, Nishkama Upasana, it will be able to give you what? Viveka, Vairagya, etc. But in order to even do the Nishkama Karma and Nishkama Upasana, you require to have a life which you are ready to live by the righteous standards. If the Indriyas are going, what do they call? Haywire, unbridled, one is like a rudderless ship. Such a person who does not know that, just because he feels that he has a vasana, some desire, it should be fulfilled. If somebody, by hook or crook, if this is the philosophy that one follows in life, if this is his principle, in fact, such a person is principle-less person. जो desire है इसलिए कर लो. Hey, whether it is right or wrong, whether it should be done or not, right place or right time is there or not. Huh? He who does not have this viveka, but just because he is prompted by a desire, he goes about acting in life, such a person is called as a palmer. Therefore, first of all, there is the place of karma, doing the right actions. So now a person who does right actions means, I may have a desire, but how to fulfill this desire in a righteous manner, legitimately, not anyhow. If when there is that thing, now there is that person has some discipline in life. So for such a disciplined person now will come into picture what is Nishkam Karma and Nishkam Upasana. Then through Nishkam Karma, Nishkam Upasana, the person will definitely have what? Viveka Vairagya. When the person has Viveka Vairagya, etc., now doing Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam, through that Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam, then finally Brahmakara Vritti will take place, which will destroy the ignorance. In destruction of the ignorance, what is there? Avidyanasha takes place, that itself is moksha. And what more? And this whole scheme is so simple and so clear. And this has been what has been told so far. Right from the first instruction where we began, Vedo Nityamatiyatam Taduditam Karmasvanushthiyatam Teneshasya Vidhiyatam Apachiti Kamye Matistyachyatam. So when he said, Vedo Nityamadhiyatam Taduditam Karmasvanushthiyatam. Karma everybody does, but how? By which has got scriptural sanction. Having scriptural sanction means what? It simply means living a life or performing actions with a discipline. Like what is that discipline? You have a standard of deciphering whether it is appropriate or not. Now, in order even to know which action and where and how it should be done, because every action means it is basically meant for fulfillment of some desire. Then fulfilling that desire in a legitimate way. What is legitimacy? How will you know? Veda is the standard. Why? Because over there, do this, don't do this. This is the instruction. And how is that told? This is Nitya Karma, this is Naimittika Karma, this is Kamya Karma, this is Nishiddha Karma, this is Prayashchitta Karma. Prayashchitta means of atonement, actions of atonement. When something is wrongly done, it needs to be rectified in order to control the damage. So Papa Karma has taken place, now Prayashchitta. What will it do? It will do the atonement. Okay. So therefore, Vedaha, and if the person did not know what the Veda is saying, how would he do that? And therefore, Vedo Nityamadhiyatam. Just because I have gone to the Gurukula, I have learned 7 years ago is not sufficient. Nityam, every day recited so that it remains on the top of your mind, not somewhere in the back shelf. So Vedo Nityamadhiyatam Taduditam Karmasvanushthiyatam Teneshasya Vidhiyatam Apachiti. This is how you worship Ishvara. This is how Ishvara is worshipped. How? By doing the right actions And then in understanding that doing the right action itself can become the worship of Ishvara. Why? Because this whole world of all names and forms is what is manifest form of Ishvara. Then when you are interacting with the world, you are not interacting with a person or an animal, you are interacting with Ishvara only. And with this awareness that I am interacting with Ishvara, itself becomes devotion. What else is devotion? Then your relationship with Ishvara is called as devotion. What else is devotion? Your relationship with Ishvara is devotion. When you are able to associate yourself with Ishvara, that becomes devotion. Now there is association with Ishvara, because other than Ishvara, what is there? Brahmaiva idam sarvam. Idam sarvam Brahmaiva. Here Brahma is not some person located in some place. In the other theologies, Ishvara happens to be some person who, having created the world, is now on a holiday sitting up and the whole world is in a mess. Yes, so this is the physical form of Ishvara, Virat Purusha. This is how Arjuna sees her. So he is surprised. All this is what you are. There is nothing other than you, because everything you are. Divyam dadami te chakshu. Not that Arjuna's, the head got messed up with the chemicals going wrong here and there. And so he has a strange experience, a freak experience. No, Arjuna clearly sees. Now, as much as you are able to see a table, you are able to see this, what do they call it, cupboard, this cabinet, this chair, and everywhere you, not only that you are able to see, you are able to function with it, calling it a table, calling this as cabinet, calling this as chair. Is not it? But everywhere you are very well aware that this is nothing but wood. This is wood has not prohibited you from functioning with table as table and with cupboard as cupboard. It allows you to function. So also when you know everything is here, Ishvara and nothing else, it does not stop you that how will I distinguish this is dog, this is donkey, this is a human being. Oh, well, what is that? Do you see that or not? So this is the knowledge that this is all wood allows you to see something more than table and chair. At the same time, allows you, it does not hinder you from functioning with it as table and functioning with this as a cupboard, cabinet. Very well, with a chair as a chair. You don't bring things, keep on the chair thinking that this is a cabinet. This is what sort of childish logic these people use. सब ब्रह्म है तो तुम रोटी क्यों खाते हो, पत्थर ही खाओ. What is there? What is there? हमको तुम ये बताओ, तुम रोटी खाते हो कि पत्थर खाते हो? Now these people have this childish, absolutely childish logic. मतलब दया आती है. You don't even want to go and even सुधारने की भी इच्छा नहीं. क्या बोलेंगे? If everything is Brahman, then your bread is also Brahman and this rock is also Brahman, then eat the rock. If this is also wood and this is also wood, then use the table as cabinet. The knowledge that this is wood and this also is wood does not prevent you from using this as table and this as cabinet. It gives you the full freedom to do that. So also knowing this is my mother, this is my father, this is my wife, this is my daughter, this is my dog, this is a tree, this is an apple, this is a mango, this is something that should be eaten, this is what is poison, it should not be eaten. It gives you the whole freedom to function with your intelligence. Tenaishasya vidhiyatam apachiti. Apachiti means puja. This is how Ishvara is worshipped. Now, then why are we worshipping it in the temple? Hey, the temple worship, etc., has got two things. There are three kinds of adhikaris. Adhikari means qualified person. Different people at different levels of understanding are there. So the person who now knows this is Sarvam Brahma. For him, his every interaction with the world is puja, worship. Yadyat karma karomi tattadakilam shambho tavaradhanam. Hey Shambho, Shiva, whatever that I may do, eat, sit, talk, walk, becomes your worship. Because it is Parameshvara. Just as you are able to see this is wood. Seeing, knowing this is wood, at the same time you are able to very well accommodate your actions with it. Yat yat karma karomi tattadakilam shambho. So the Uttamadhikari sees like this. Then the Madhyamadhikari says that there is this God and that God is to be worshipped and that God is with a form. So then he is Madhyamadhikari, and then that God in that form, we can find that God in that particular loka. This is Madhyamadhikari. But they are all upasakas, don't forget. They are not yet Brahmajnanis, they are upasakas. But this upasaka is a Madhyam upasaka, Madhyamadhikari of the upasana. Then the Adhamadhikari cannot even think that how can this be God? And there are these sinners and there are these people who are evil people, and how can that be God? Okay, not God. Then God is somewhere else. Okay, somewhere else. Then what? He's on a sabbatical, holiday or what? No. We need God. How? In Kashtapashana Murti, in the form of this particular idol made out of wood or metal or stone or materials like that. Adhamadhikari. Now this is still Adhikari. Do not forget, he is not a Pamara. Adhikari. Now for him, everything to be done over there, that Murti, then is adoration of God. You see? Now another thing that is to be noted over here is that with this puja, etc., because it is karma, it generates a special punya, adrishtam, which will help where for in your efforts for Brahmajnana. Okay, whatever are the vignas over there, then those vignas means obstacles the intensity of those obstacles will be, and therefore the puja, etc., is also karma which should be done. But when that upasana as such, only to consider God is somebody who lives only in this temple, is adhamadhikari, is adhikari. Like babies will eat only baby food. You cannot feed him, because this is very nutritious. So let us put some, palak salad in him. Hey, he does not have the system to digest it yet. Wait. His system has yet not become powerful to digest it. Then Mandadhikari, for him, though God is everywhere, but in particular manifest form, only in that particular world. Then Madhyama Adhikari of Upasana. Then Uttam Adhikari says the whole world, what else is there other than Parmeshwara? And for the Jnani, this whole world of names and forms is an appearance in that Parmeshwara, and that Parmeshwara is the Atma. So for him, Parmeshwara is not seen as something else with duality, with Bheda, but as Abheda. What more has to be? This is the Jnana, Brahma. And therefore, he who has known Atma is Brahman, is Brahman. This is Ishvara, and that's why we have that shloka. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. That means that he who has known that this Atma, I am itself, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, etc. And therefore, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave. These people will also do this shloka. But how do they understand it? God alone. This is not how it is. Well, this is whole scheme. And therefore, now he says over there in the third shloka, Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam har har. Every day. To what point this Brahma Dhyanam has to be done? Aham Brahma iti Dhyanam. Now, who will be able to do Aham Brahma iti Dhyanam? Not the person who is now thinking कि सात बारह की local पकड़नी है. In Bombay, people live by that सात बारह. You know, andheri fast. I've got to get that train at 7:12. No. And therefore, this is possible where there is what? Sannyasa. And therefore, sannyasa is a prerequisite for Brahmajnana. There will be some people for whom the knowledge can take place even in Grihastha Ashrama, like Vachaspati Mishra or even Yajnavalkya of the Brihadaranyaka. He himself is a Grihastha. Knowledge is there. It can take place. But exceptions prove the rule. But we are also like them only. So the rule is Vividisha Sannyasa Purvakam Jnana takes place. Therefore, sannyasa is a prerequisite. And even after the knowledge has taken place, if a person is a grihastha, there is something called as Vidvat Sannyasa for Jivan. That is the next thing. We have seen the other Grantha by Vidyaranya Swami. So therefore, this is how the entire Nididhyasanam is done in order to strengthen the samskara, that Aham Brahma. Why do you need that samskara? To neutralize the other samskara. Which samskara? Aham karta, aham bhokta, jiva, iti. And therefore, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam is the scheme of Brahmajnanam, which has been indicated by Shankaracharya Bhagwan over here, in the some part of it in the second verse and some part of it in the third verse. Vakyarthascha vicharyatam shrutishira pakshas samashriyatam. This is mananam. Then dustarkatsu, even dustarkatsu viramyatam shrutishiro, what is that? Suviramyatam Shrutimata Nusandhiyatam. This is Manana. So these four totally are Manana Paksha. Then in the Nididhyasana Paksha, Brahmasmi Divibhavyatam Har Har Garvah Parityajyatam. This is the Manana Paksha, Nididhyasana Paksha. Garvah Parityajyatam. Now even give up one will have to not, one have to be very cautious that is any form of that pride that since I know I'm a little superior, better, anything of this thing should not even enter. So garva parityajyatam. And then deheham matiruchyatam. Give up even this identification with the body, living as the body. I am the body. Deheham. Dehe aham. Dehe aham is a very interesting statement. Let us see that tomorrow when we meet. Because deheham, dehoham, it is not said. Deheham. How are we living? That I am a man, I am a woman. Means we very well say that I am the body. I am the body-mind complex. He is saying dehe aham. Dehe aham. Dehe will be which case? Rame, Ramayoho, Rameshu. What is that? Saptami. Saptami is Adhikaran. In body. Now this fellow is not saying I am body. He says that I am in body. Dehe aham matiruchatam. Even this thing has to be given up. Deheham is also ajnanam only. But it is better than saying that dehoham. See, this is a gradual progress. Let us see this tomorrow, though we may not complete this text till the 5th verse. Whatever we are able to do by God's grace, that we will do, complete it tomorrow, because 23rd onwards, then we will, on 23rd, there will be Guru Purnima, we will do the Vyasa Puja. And 24th onwards, then we will start the text, Tatvanusandhanam. All right. So please keep in mind about 23rd. Keep your friends informed. Those who want to register should register it as soon as possible so that they will be able to enter the classroom. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sudrabhashakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Thank you all.